Good afternoon, traders. It's Simon with your weekly review. Take 3. We have had some sound problems. They've now been fixed, so let's dive right in. So the dollar index has actually moved up to its key level of 97.5 at the top of this range here, the box which I said I've always been concerned about, to show how key this 97.5 is on the daily chart. You can see it's a very, very key level. So what we're looking for now, the fact that this is now, I do believe this is bearish. I'm looking for the lower high now. That's what I'm looking for. So let's go through this very quickly. You got your lows here, they're slightly higher, double bottom pattern, but they're higher lows as well. Higher low, higher low. Then you got this first double top pattern, and then a nice clean breakdown to make a lower high, lower low, sorry. So this is why I feel the dollar is bearish. And now we've moved back up to hopefully put in a lower high in. And now if we get some deceleration around here, reversal candles on the daily chart would be nice to see. So that's what I like it. I know some people think this is a buy right now. The reason why I think it's, like I said, I think it's bearish, it has clearly had some form of trend change here. And a lot of the pairs you'll look at, you will see them at key levels, but the bearish engulfing candles pretty much to the key levels. Let me show what I mean. So, Aussie dollar here. I didn't want to take a short here just because I didn't want to trade into this dollar weakness at the moment. I felt that going long Aussie dollar would be better later on. I am long the Aussie on other pairs, but not here. So, if you notice now, we're just at the bottom again of where we was. So, if you're going to sell more into this run, you haven't actually made a lower low, you actually just stop there. That's my problem there. Would I go long right now? No, there's no confirmation yet. The intraday charts don't show you nothing at all, just drop down. So I'm going to wait a couple of days to see what happens, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. So here's what's right now. That's what I wanted. To show you, I wanted to look at the sell on here. This is the only place you could have sold on the 1 hour chart. It's not really a pullback at all. It's just chart just fell out the sky pretty much, unfortunately. I don't have much confidence. It's just moved down, so that's the problem we've got. And this is what I've just drawn in the key level here at the bottom. So what I'm expecting now in this pair is something to form here, something decent to form here on the 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart. If it does do that, then I'll be taking at least to this trend line here to actually go on from there. But we'll take a look as that happens. So the euro dollar, again, all the dollar pairs are exactly the same. Every pair has dropped down to its level where I thought I'd like it to buy at almost. So the euro dollar, would you want to sell now? I mean, do you want to sell into this key level here and this down sloping trend line? I wouldn't, not at all, just because obviously it's quite a solid level. Again, remember how I said I got out before this level here a couple of weeks back? It's the same reason. Again, I don't want to sell into it. You have got a break and retest of this trend line and this 1.12 area. Notice how it's quite key. So for me to sell this pair, it has to come down and come back up, unfortunately. I just don't think that's going to happen just yet at the moment. Could be wrong, but that's not me. If you sold at the top and you do believe that's happening, just put your stop in a fairly decent place. But just understand, when you look at it from a daily perspective, you are struggling to make lower lows now. And also understand that's a higher high there as well. So there's definitely some movement to the upside now that's going to happen. If you look at pound dollar, very similar thing as well. We just dropped down to the base level of 1.26. Zoom out, you can see 1.26 is key. Now, just so you know, if we do break 1.26, break and retest, I would say 1.24 is key from looking back in 2016. And then 1.215 is the next level. Just however though, I was long, as you know, I got out for just over break even, so I made money but nothing significant whatsoever. I still think this needs a pullback to actually find some more value in later on. I do believe the dollar overall long term is bullish, but I just think we're going to have a little bit of a trend change right now. Kiwi dollar, very similar to Aussie dollar really. It just broke down, 5 straight days of down, but again we stopped at this bottom here. We have looking like we might make a double bottom again, so just be careful what's going to happen next. I just don't have the confidence to sell right now, because you're going to sell into where everyone's buying at the moment. This is at the bottom. If you look onto the weekly chart, you'll see what I mean. Fairly key level there as such it is. So just be careful if you're going to start, like I said, selling here. And again, we can definitely say that we've had this, it looks like it's a double bottom forming, but just wait and see what happens. For me personally, if the Kiwi is that weak, it's going to fall out the sky, I'll look at like maybe if the dollar's gonna get weaker as well, I'll look at things like Euro Kiwi long if that's a possibility for guys. You may even find like Aussie Kiwi could be a good trade as well long. Just mix it up a little bit. Don't just sell this one because that's one you trade. Look at other crosses which you can link together to get the better trade overall. Now moving to dollar CAD. Now last week I did say on dollar CAD I am bearish, but I wanted a pullback. This is the pullbacks happening. Most people know what I'm going to say. I want to test the daily 50 EMA pretty much. Anything around here at the top would be quite nice. I don't think it's the best dollar pair to short. There are the next one, dollar Swiss, I probably think it's the best pair. But just so you understand the weekly chart, what's happened is we've actually, the only thing bullish about this really, in all fairness, is there's an inside bar there, and you're at the weekly 50 EMA. It's the only time I can really say to you that I think it's bullish. But at the same time, it has broke this down upward sloping trend line quite cleanly. RSI on the daily chart isn't showing nothing yet, so before I sell this pair I would need to see some deceleration reversal candles. So something like here on the left hand side you got your small candle there and the bearish engulfing the next day, so these three candles here was quite nice to sell. Get something around this here around the top there, I'll look into that. But at the same time there would be a great trade on dollar Swiss, because remember last week I did say I would like to see a test of this circle. So I want to see the dollar get stronger this week. That's just happened, and as you can see now we popped up nicely. So what I'm looking for now is some deceleration and reversal candles here, and this, if it does happen there, this will give you the most value for money, because don't forget this will be an absolute lower high there. It looks like it'd be the 382 level. The extension comes down to the next level there, which is quite nice to see. You've got your trend line, key level, daily 50 EMA. This would be the perfect trade for me. You get in something like this, a nice type stop, and you can target around here somewhere. 10-11% trade you could get if you've got a 20 pip stop. That's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for lower time frame confirmation as well. And that's exactly how I would trade this pair. So for me, this is the pair of the week that I want to keep an eye on the most. We'll see how it happens and go on from there. Then we got dollar yen. Did say to you last week, ignore dollar yen, it's rubbish. So I bet you some people now to know how good dollar yen is to go and buy and sell. Look, it didn't move last week. Don't like it. There is no structure. I'll just leave it. Go on to something better. Dollar Swiss got much far better structure at the moment. Even if you lose on dollar Swiss, it's a better trade. And then we've got gold. So gold has reached the 1350 level. Now when you zoom out on gold, you can definitely see a nice strong key level at the moment. What I'd wait for though here is, at the moment that's not a sellable trade at the moment. I don't like that, because where do you put your stop? How do you do anything? Is there any confirmation on the lower time frame? And to be quite honest, you can't answer them questions yet. There's no trade to take. If you notice in the 1 hour chart, we've got higher highs, we've got higher lows forming. We haven't really got anything that gives you something significant. Even the 4 hour chart is still trending up. It is. I know someone's going to say like, oh, you can put a trend line here and do this like that way, and it's a rising wedge, it's bearish. If that's the case, then you're at the bottom of the trend line and you haven't done nothing, and you're going to sell there, you're stupid. You don't want to sell there. If you're going to sell anywhere, you want to come back up to the top again, put a double top pattern in, and then maybe think about selling there if you're going to do that. But at the same time, you need this to move up to make your trend line, because you could do this anywhere. You can say, oh look, it's there, it's there, it's here, the trend line. Doesn't matter where it is. You can't say this low here is actually a trend line. I know you can probably do this like that and go, oh, there you are, Simon, that's it, that's what I want, that's perfect. This isn't really confirmed. You want to do it on the confirmation of this little area here at the moment. So just wait to see what happens here. The tops is correct. The top upward sloping trend line is nice. It's a free touch. It's clean. It's just the lower one where they're going to be. Before I said, like I said, just wait for a double top pattern to form. Don't jump in this one straight away. Just be careful what's going to happen. That's all. Alright guys, any questions, give us a shout. If not, we'll speak to you soon and take care.